One, two, three. Awesome, and we are live. Right on the dot, 7:30. Awesome. Welcome. Listen, can you tell me if you can hear me? Is my mic working correctly? Sometimes it doesn't connect. I see it's telling me here that it is working, but if you can tell me in the chat if you can hear me, I would appreciate that. I've already done a couple of these and gone for about 20 minutes talking to myself and realizing that there was no audio. It's working, says Thomas. Hey, welcome. Nice, Thomas. Thank you so much. I know you're in Clearwater, right, Thomas? I think you are. Oh, we got some more people coming in. Awesome. We got more people coming. That's great. Great to have you here. All right. So let me see. I got a couple of cameras here. So we connect. Also, listen, we're glad to have you here. We're going to talk about ChatGPT. I'm going to share my screen here in just a couple of minutes. And I mean, I know what the buzz is. A lot of people are using it out there. We're using ChatGPT to help us create content. And that's what we're going to use it. Automation and technology is here to help us. It's not here to replace us. But if we can use it to help us to create the content that we need to get out there, we will enjoy this more. So let me see. We got more people coming. Let me let them in. Hello. Let me see, where is my mouse? There's my mouse. There you go. So let me let them in. Admit. There you go. Perfect. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through some of the information that I have for you. And hopefully this is going to be a benefit to you. It's blessed me and I just need to pass that on to you. Awesome. So let's go here. Let's get to it. Perfect. Let me see. Yes. ChatGPT. Now, what does GP3 means? And the 3, actually, there's 4 is coming out soon. Actually, we're in this camera. 4 is coming out soon. So let's talk about this. GPT-3. It is the 3rd generation generative pre-trained transformer. It is a neural network machine learning model trained using internet data to generate any type of text. It was developed by OpenAI. They won the chat itself. This was actually Elon Musk is one of the ones actually funded this to begin with. And then he decided to open it up to the public. Of course, they got some funding from Microsoft. And I think it was $1 billion or something like that, but it actually helped. And it is predicted that it's actually changing the way we look at things and the way we do business in the internet today. So at the end of this conversation today, I'm going to give you a copy. I'm going to have a link, for you. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to get a link below, where you're going to be able to download our book, digital book, where it's going to talk a little bit about a history. It's going to give you some of the prompts to use and some of the guides. The correct use of pronouns, similes and analogies, active and passive voice, so that the input that you give it, it's actually going to improve on the output that you are going to get. So when at the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you some of the links. I'm going to give you all the resources that we be utilizing today. I'm going to give you the links for those so that you have them. Also, when you download the book, you internally, you're going to have a lot of these links that you're going to be able to utilize to get the information that we're going through. So what is our agenda today? Okay, perfect. Okay, today's agenda, who am I? We're going to talk about the cautions of the algorithm. We're going to talk about the chat instructions on outputs. GIGO, it's an old computer term, which means garbage in, garbage out. That's why the input that we give technology has to be accurate so that we get the right output. We're also going to see how to expand our outputs. You're going to see the resource links. And at the end, I'm going to give you the copy of the 33-page book so you can download it. You can have the Q&As, the question and answer period at the very end. So now listen, last year I celebrated 20 years in the internet. Actually, I come from the days of way before the internet, and ARPANET is the one that I used to work with when I was in the military. So before, when I came out in the late 70s, We were then in the 80s, we developed, the internet came out and everybody started using it a lot more. But so it was really cool. And I was one of the first ones to actually be able to generate some income when eBay was like a year and a half old. I had my first account, and by accident, and you guys get to hear about that later some other day, but by accident, I made my first $2,500 over 20 years ago in the internet using eBay. But anyhow, so I've had the privilege, because of my knowledge, to be in stages all over the world, sharing some of the marketing strategies and concepts that are prominent, and this is on, I think it was about 1,500 people here on this theater where we were actually speaking at Internet Marketing Summit in 2018. I've had the privilege to lead business leaders from all over the world. This happened to be in Colombia, what we did. Though these people paid a lot of money to be there, and they were all business leaders from different part of the world. And last year, I had the opportunity to work with two of the most badass coaches in the industry, hand to hand. And some of the things that we learned, and you guys are going to see come from some of this and from other sources. But anyhow, here, let's get this is the best part of it all. Google says AI generated content is against Google's guidelines. Content automatically generated with artificial intelligence writing tools is considered spam. And this links you're going to be able to open them, go read the information and see why it is considered that. Now, even Amazon is already working on an AI detection tool that is going to be used to detect books that have been written with AI, and they will start either rejecting them. This has not been finalized, but they're either going to reject them or they are going to actually just ban AI written content. But there are some ways that we can still use this content to be able to utilize the tools that we have. Employment contracts are also requesting full transparency and no AI content, and are actually restricting the users themselves from using AI in their work parameters. So some of the links that I'm going to share with you today are here. I've already have them open in my tab, so I'm going to show you how to utilize them, and how to work and how to use the output that you're going to get from either ChatGPT or one and other paid platforms. For example, I use one called Jasper AI, which gives us output, and just very similar, and it's actually connected to ChatGPT. So actually connected to GPT-3, so you can get that content. Now, Quillbot is also a tool. I actually have them installed in my browser, so it allows me to use them instantaneously without having to go to the site itself to or open the browser to use them. But I'm going to show you that way, and we're going to create some output today, and I'm going to show you how to use it. Because one of the things that you want to do is, and actually you can ask, go to the GPT tool and ask it, what is the difference between content generated by you and content generated by human? And the bot itself is going to go back and tell you, I cannot give emotions, okay? Because that is something that is innately human. So one of the things that we want to do when we get output that's been generated by an AI tool, we need to look at it, we need to read it, and then rephrase it and add emotions to it so that it becomes human. So when we have generated tool, for example, and we have here, this is ChatGPT, okay, and this is Jasper. It gives us a very similar output. Now, when we have content, and let's go back to the presentation. When we have content that is generated by either one of the bots, what we want to do is we want to have the content detector. For example, let's say that I ask, this is some output that I'm going to show you how it works really cool here in just a second, but I have some AI generated output. If I grab this output and I take it into a AI content detector, and I tell it to analyze the text for me, this one came out really good because I was very explicit on what I wanted it to do. So human generated content is almost at 98%. Let's take a look at what I asked. Make me 5 TikTok video scripts with a strong, compelling hook promoting my next 5-day challenge from W2 to CEO. Make it sound witty and human-like with a 5th grade reading level. Those were my instructions. I actually have those right here. Okay, make me, I actually see here, I said 10. Okay, TikTok video scripts with a strong, compelling hook, promoting my next 5-day challenge from W2 to CEO, make it sound witty and human. And of course, GPT gave me this 5 right here. I grabbed one, including the hashtags, and I asked the AI detector, and it detected it as almost being human. So this could pass on a post. This could pass in being used by Google in a Google post or a blog post, because it has the human-like characteristics that they're looking for. If it was not the case, I could grab this exact same text and go to the next tool that we have for you, which is Quillbot. Quillbot, what it does, it'll help you rephrase the content. Okay, so I'm going to ask Quillbot to go ahead and rephrase it. And the beautiful thing about this is that it'll give you the ability to change the words. So it has rephrased it. So here's the original content. Are you tired of being stuck in a dead-end job? Are you sick of working in a job that leads nowhere? And you can actually come back and change each one of these words for different ones so that you can give it your own flair. You can give it the own way that you're actually how you speak. So you can personalize it a little bit more. And that is the beautiful thing about being able to rephrase content. Again, you can grab this content, okay, copy it, and take it back to the detector, analyze text. Hello. And it's still coming back as 98% human. Are you sick of working in a job that leads nowhere? So this is good. So short content is good because it'll give you this, and it'll give you the ability using this tool to change each one of the words in the rephrasing. So you get to make it yours. All right. So having used this, both of these tools, you're going to have the links at the end of this. But let's take a look at a couple of others. Summarize the following transcript into 500 words actionable video scripts using strong hooks and a witty, compelling tone. Write it as if the writer has a 6th grade reading level. This is instructions that you're giving the bot so that he can actually end up bringing and giving you what you're looking for. So now, what are 10 most popular questions about? This is where we get into the specificity. When you're going to use the bot, make sure, for example, here we got the service or product or entity. What are the 10 most popular questions about? And this is where you're going to add the service or whatever. You have to have specificity. What are 5 key points of a service or a product or an entity? Write 20 compelling headlines about service, product, or entity. Let me give you an example using a bigger paragraph. Using the growth. Now, watch this. These are the instructions. I'm being very specific in what I'm asking the bot to do. Using the growth scaling framework, please write a marketing campaign outline that identifies the key drivers of growth for my coaching program, called Side Hustle Accelerator, that teaches people how to start and scale multiple online income streams throughout a course and weekly live coaching sessions, and sets clear goals and metrics to measure progress. Describe how you would implement a scalable growth strategy and include specific tactics and metrics you would use to measure the effectiveness in this approach. Now, I want you to take a look at the output. Okay. Where are you? Here. Because I already had the bot do it. I asked it the question. Look at this. Using the growth scaling framework, please write a marketing campaign outline that identifies the key drivers of growth for my coaching program, called Side Hustle. The exact same text. Now, look at the output, how it was given to me. Marketing campaign outline for Side Hustle Accelerated Coaching Program. Introduction, purpose, the outline of scale growth strategy, target audience, awareness. All the things that is giving me the awareness, the acquisition, is giving me the strategy, the tactics, what the metrics should be, is actually giving me the activation, the retention. If your input is detailed and it is clear, you're actually going to get a fabulous output. Okay. I also asked it to give me the difference between a value proposition, a positioning statement, and a unique selling proposition. Why? Because all three of those are totally and completely different. I also asked it later on, please tell me how to use it in different situations. Those three, your value proposition, your positioning statement, and your unique selling proposition. I said, now tell me how to use it. Now watch the different outputs, okay? Here is the one that it tells me value proposition, positioning statement, and unique selling proposition, or a USP, are all marketing concepts that are used to communicate the benefit and product of a service. Okay. And of a service to potential customers. However, they will have different focus and uses. Correct. So it gives me value proposition, positioning statement, unique selling proposition. Now, I asked it, what is the difference between a value proposition, a positioning statement, and a unique selling proposition, and how could it be used in a marketing message, in a casual conversation, or in a professional meeting? Now, look at the difference in this output right here, and when I asked it to tell me how to use it in different situations. The output is much more extensive because I made a change to what I was asking from it. I was asking the bot to tell me how to use what it had given me. And because it remembers, but even though I was specific, it will actually expand in the content that it had given you before. It's the beautiful thing when you have an account, especially when you have a paid account, it remembers the prior output because it's part of what you're paying for, and then it continues to grow and expand. So when you have a paid account for one of these different bot platforms, I like using Jasper AI myself, and what it does is just gives you an expanded content summary. So, and here you go. So the value proposition, the positioning statement, and the unique selling proposition. This is how you get greater output from the, from a machine that is generating the output for you. That's this one. Now, I asked it too, what is the difference between a value proposition? Here it is, a statement, a unique selling proposition, how could it be used in a marketing message, a casual conversation, or a professional meeting? Now, we saw what ChatGPT could do. Now, let's go to Jasper and see what kind of an output it gives us. And it's reading and it's thinking, and now it gives us the output. But look at the difference. It's a lot shorter content than what we got from chat. If you can see the difference between the two. That's why it's good to use two different tools. That way you can compare. So I'm looking at the chat. If you guys got questions, we're going to stop. Now, how to use chat with Canva to give you output. Now, this is really, really cool. Okay. I recently discovered this feature. I recently discovered this feature. And the feature, one of the things that it does, it allows you can use the content. You can ask the bot to give you a specific content. And for example, I used it to ask the bot to give me 20. Let me show you here what I asked. I asked him to give me 20 quotes with captions. Now, not all of them, not all my quotes came with captions. Some didn't, but some did. And I asked it to give me 20 quotes that had to do with signature offers, high ticket offers. And this is what the bot gave me. Now, I separated it after he gave me the content into two different columns and saved the columns as a CSV file. Now, watch the instructions, okay? Use an Instagram story or story dimensions template from Canva. Type in the quotes in the search bar to find a template. If you don't know where they're at or you don't know what the size is, add a logo and your branding. Go to the Canva app. Actually, this is it, okay? That should have been first, okay? And now search for a bulk. Now, let me show you how that works. So we have the output. I've actually saved the output as a CSV file so that I can upload it later. I'm going to go to Canva. I'm going to write where I want my quotes. This is the template. I'm going to write the word quotes because I know where I want the quotes. I know what size I want them. You're going to end up editing these because some of them are going to be longer and some are going to be shorter. So not all of them are going to fit perfectly, but you'll end up, seeing how to work that. And then the prompt, I made it a little bit smaller and there before. Those that do not have captions, okay, actually, let's go back and change this to captions so that we get it correct. Okay, so we got this in captions. All right, so what we're going to do is here, we got it in captions, saying correct size, that. Now, because not all of them have that text is going to be found below the your actual quotes. But we can take care of that because we can edit it. We're going to end up editing the size and how we really want it to look. But the beautiful thing is that once you download the CSV file, okay, let's go back to the instruction. Okay, so now you're going to go search for bulk, hit bulk create, select the CSV and upload the CSV sheet. Okay, let's go to Canva. Now we're going to go to apps all the way here at the bottom, apps, and you're going to see where it says bulk create. Bulk create is right here in the middle, right to the left of the image that we're working with. We're going to go to bulk create. Now it's going to ask you, do you want to add data manually or you want to upload a CSV? So in this case, I'm going to choose to upload a CSV. No. Where is, we look at recent. Hello. Really? I just downloaded it. Desktop. Okay. So how about if we re-download it and we make sure that we save it in the right place? Okay, so I'm going to download it. I'm going to download it as a CSV file. 20 high tickets. Let's put it right on the desktop so we can find it. Actually, let's send it to the downloads. That way we can find it later. All right, so it's on the downloads. Should be there. It's correct. All right, so let's go back to Canva. Upload the CSV. Let's go look for it in the downloads. And how come I don't see you? Hello. Where are you? Downloads. Maybe not today. Here you go. Fine, I wasn't in alphabetical order. All right, so now watch what it says, quotes, because it actually saw that on the file, I have the heading of quotes and the heading of captions. So here it's going to ask me who I want. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to grab these three little dots, and it's going to say connect data. I'm going to connect my quotes to quotes. And next text, I'm going to connect it to connect data. I'm going to connect it to the captions. All right, now I got a purple button on the bottom left that says continue. I'm going to hit continue, and it's going to show me all of them. And I'm going to say generate 20 pages because I have 20 posts to create. So Canva is going to automatically go to work and generate all 20 posts for me to be able to use in social media. Quality over quality. And now, of course, we see that, we're going to have to do some editing here, but check this out. Now, let's take a look at all 20. They're all done. All you got to do is create the first one, and then the rest will be automatically created for you. You're going to create a template. So you can use the intelligence of the bot to create the content for you. And then you can use, first of all, you use the bot to create the content. You can download the content, put it on the CSV file, then you can go to Canva and use the Canva automation tool to create all the different posts that you need to create. And then all you got to go back and edit it. Right here on this page, you see some that I did. Okay, it's actually the same ones, the same list. And basically, I just added some color to it, to different ones, just to give it a little bit of flavor and add them all up. And at the bottom of it, all of these have the invitation for a challenge that we have coming up. Now, remember what I mentioned, that some may have, bigger text and so forth. You can always go and make it smaller, make it bigger, change the color, bring it here. And, whatever all the different editing that you want to do. I am not a graphic artist. I just know how to do this, and we just send it. But voila. How long would it have taken you to create, actually, I wasn't even sharing my screen. So let me go back here and let me show you what I just did. For example, this one, go back to editing. We see that one's on top of the other one. So basically what I can do is, okay, bring that text a little closer to each other. Maybe this one needs to be a little bit smaller. Then bring this. So I got the quote and I got the caption. So center that a little bit. Anyhow, like I said, I'm not the graphic artist. I just create the stuff. And there it is. So how long would it have taken you to sit and create, write, and then create 20 different posts? There, it's done. You saw me do it probably in less than a minute. Was that a minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes? How long was that? Can you guys just tell me in the chat? How long was that? Okay. How long did it take me to create those 20 posts? Let me know in the chat while we get back to it. 2 minutes. Yeah. Probably 2 minutes. So imagine if you wanted to create 4 or 5, 6, posts a day, and all you have to do is go to the bot and tell, hey, listen, if it's 3 posts a day in 30 days, I need 90. I need 100 quotes that deal with my niche, that deal with my market, that deal with my the pain points that my ideal client has. This is what you're going to think. You're going to sit down and think about the different pain points. Actually, we have a challenge coming up. It starts tomorrow, actually, where we're actually going to work on that. What are the pain points that your client has that you can create a high ticket offer to help them overcome that problem with the solution that you have? So if you can do this, if you can define it, and you can just, you have to define it. You can tell the bot, listen, this is what I need to have done, and have the bot generate 100 of this particular quotes for you. You put them in a CSV file, then you go and create one template in Canva, and then you upload, you do the bulk upload. All you got to do is edit after that. I mean, it means that maybe within 20 to 25 minutes, you have 100 posts. You're going to have 5 posts a day all over social media promoting your product, your goods, or your services to only your ideal client, because you're only going to be talking to them. You're not going to be talking to anybody else. And at the same time, you get to save time. I mean, how long would it have taken you? Tell me how long, tell me in the chat, how long would it have taken you to create 20 posts like we just did if you had not used automation tools like we just did? How long would it have taken you to create those 20 posts? To come up with the text, to do the template, create each one individually. Just that. And then we can use other automation tools to put them all over social media. But just to create them, how long do you think it would have taken you? So we have that. Now, let's talk about what's coming. Let's talk about the future. Right now, we're using ChatGPT 3, version 3. Remember what it means? It means that it's a generative pre-trained transformer. GPT-4 is coming. GPT-4 is, I don't know if I can say this is 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. I don't even know what those numbers are. I can't read them. Too many commas. Okay. But that's how much bigger GPT-4 is. GPT-3 has already read about 70% of the internet. And that's why I can come up with this. And you imagine GPT-4. There's a really, really good blog article in here that talks about the difference and how it's coming, how it's going to mimic human behavior and speed patterns. GPT-4 is able to handle language translation, text summarization, and other tasks in more versatile and adaptable manners. Okay, imagine, I've seen this is really cool. I saw a video where GPT-4 has a human-like figure talking back to you. So it's not a screen where you have to read. And the demonstration that I saw, it was that they were asking it, it's Valentine's Day. I like to take my wife out to dinner. What would you suggest? And the bot came back with a human likeness. You could see it speaking, and it said, you and your wife have been several times to this particular restaurant. She seems to like it very much. I can call and make a reservation. Yes, please. The individual tells it, please call, see what night, see what's the best time that is available, and make a reservation. And then it came back and suggested that, yes, 7:30 is a good time. So about the same time is you're going to be going to Luigi's. I already called and made a reservation for you. It's at 7:30. And your friend Phil was just recently there and also gave them a good recommendation on Google. And it suggested some other things. So imagine that kind of assistance. It's like almost going back to the Jetsons, you know. Going back to the Jetsons to see what the future is going to be like. So anyhow, that's what GPT-4 is going to be able to do. Now, I want to make an invitation to you because we're going to be using this and we're going to be going deep into the use of ChatGPT in the next couple of days, and specifically in using it to create our signature offers, create our high ticket offers. We're going to go really in depth on using it to create that and to create what I was just talking about, all those things that you're going to be able to utilize to expand your reach in social media. Now, with your permission, I want to use a couple of minutes to show you, because this is, this is of no cost to you. This is something that we're going to do because we've been blessed with what we have received, and we need to give some of that back. This is called giving back. Now, if you noticed, and some of the in a lot of these different screens that I was sharing with you, oh, I guess I wasn't sharing this. That's GPT-4. Okay. So anyhow, that is the difference between GPT-3 versus GPT-4. Now you can see it. I was talking about it. I wasn't even sharing the screen. Oh, I do that a lot. Now, you've seen this little logo up here in the corner, the right-hand corner, says Income Builders. Now, Income Builders, that is what we do. We help people increase their income. That is, what we've been doing for years, and that is our passion. Now, we have a challenge coming up. This is no cost. Again, Income Builders Challenge is where it's at. You can have that. I'm going to put that link on the chat so you guys can have that, and I'm going to give you the links for all the other so you can download the book. And let me go here, and there you have it. All right, so this is the challenge. This is no cost. It actually starts tomorrow morning at 10. What we're going to do is we're going to help you in the next 5 days create high ticket offers that convert. Now, this is the agenda of what we're going to be doing. Day number 1, the formula for your ideal high ticket client. There is a specific person that you need to talk to that is going to be willing to pay for the solution that you have. Okay, how do you find them? How do you define them? Then we're going to talk on day 2 is getting clear in the transformational result and outcome your clients will receive. What is it that they need? What is it that they're looking for? And what it is that you are going to deliver? The crucial elements of your high ticket offer and what not to include. This is critical. A lot of the times we feel like our clients feel like they're being waterboarded if we don't do it correctly. So there's some specific framework that we utilize, and we're going to disclose that to you. And each one of these days, you're going to have some actionable tasks. That's what we're doing it early, so that you have during the day to work on some of this tasks so that you can accomplish it. Then on day number 4, your signature irresistible high ticket offer. And then in day number 5, sales secrets for high ticket offers. Make them truly a no-brainer offer. We just did an event 3 weeks ago, actually a couple of weeks ago, and we generated multiple 6 figures in a 3-day event only because we used the exact same strategies that you are going to be learning there. And we're also going to be using ChatGPT to create our signature offers. You're going to learn about group ratios, effort levels, support levels and types, consumption types, scarcity, urgency, and mass media, social media messaging. And then you're going to learn about bonuses and how to utilize them. So I'm asking you to join me the next 5 days. If you really want to create a high ticket offer that's actually going to make an impact in the lives of your clients, and yours, is to join us in our next 5-day challenge, where you're going to be able to learn how to do this. And what is going to happen is you're going to go to incomebuilderschallenge.com, incomebuilderschallenge.com. Number one, you're going to get to the sign up page. There's a VIP option if you want to take it. We love to have you in Zoom with us for that. If you choose to, if not, you can be in the Facebook group where you're going to actually receive. Every day, we're going to give you actionable tasks. And at the end of the week, you're going to get a workbook, and it's going to have additional content for you. Don't want you to get ahead. We made that mistake before. We've given the whole workbook ahead, and some of the not that the impact is lost, is that people get ahead and they don't get the results that they're really looking for. So if we take it one section at a time, and at the end we give you all the supporting material in the workbook, we have seen that people get better results. So at the end, you're going to get a full workbook, and on the daily, you're going to get your action tasks. So the first thing that's going to happen is that you're going to go to the page, incomebuilderschallenge.com. You're going to fill out the opt-in form, and that's going to take you to the page where it's going to offer you to become part of the VIP. If you say no, you scroll down, you hit the button, and then you get to the Facebook group. The Facebook group is going to ask you 3 questions. Answer the 3 questions so that we know who you are. Tell us what is the thing that you want to get the most out of this challenge, so that we can modify the content to help you. I don't want to make content for me. I want to make content for you. That is what we do with all our clients. And then what's going to happen is this. You got the general admission. You're going to be in the Facebook group. You want to be the VIP. There's a small cost to that. And then you get to be in Zoom with me for an extra time during the day. Probably we meet a few minutes before the general. We transmit the general information to the Facebook group. And then we get to be, after we transmit the content for the day, we get together in the VIP group. We get some hot seats. You get to have some coaching, and you get to have some feedback, not only from me, but from other the attendees. And as a VIP bonus, you get a part. One of the bonuses that you're going to get when you join the VIP is that you're going to get our CL60 program, where in 8 weeks or 60 days, you're able to create your signature product. Listen, everybody needs a signature product. We have coaches that we work with making multiple 7 figures a year right now, that they all started creating. Actually, some of them were coaching. Then we had to go back and create a signature program. It is a framework. You gotta know what it is that you're offering your clients. Your clients got to know what they're being offered to. I like to kind of tell the story at this place, because it is important for you to understand that. For example, my daughters go to camp. Okay, we're about 13 hours away from camp. I'm in Florida. They go to camp in North Carolina. They go there every summer, and it's a 13-hour trip. But one thing that we never hear is, are we there yet, or how much further? Why? Because each will have a map, not a GPS, but a paper map. And they can look at this map and they know exactly where they're at. Every time we cross the town, they look at the map and they know exactly where they're at. They know where we're going to stop. Okay, they get to decide if, when we stop at the rest areas, if we're going to go continue on one road or go on a different road, but they can see the map. Okay, now that's why it's important. If you have a signature program, your own framework, then your clients will come to you, because they know that you have a framework. They know that you're not just going to get on the phone. You're not just going to do your master classes, or you're not just going to do your meeting and wing it. Okay, you have a framework to get them from point A to point B. They know the exact results that they're going to get at every step, because you're going to give your actions and they're going to give you back the deliverables. Listen, let me tell you, you need a core program. From there, everything else can happen. And sometimes people are there in the business without a core program, and they got to go back in reverse and create the core program so they can scale and grow. You can't scale, you can't grow if you don't have a core program. So that is how vital that is. Okay, so that is really, really good. Oh, thank you for reposting that link. So here is, you're going to get the CL60 program. Then you also get Presentation Secrets Exposed Masterclass. That's sold for $297. It still sells. It's still that way on the webpage. Now, that is where you learn all the strategies to create the presentations that are actually going to help you to close better deals, better sales, and be able, to present yourself a lot better. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but when you go to incomebuilderschallenge.com, there's a little ADA button. It's on the left side. It's a little blue button. You see it right here on the screen. This button, what allows is people that have disabilities either change colors so they can see it. It allows them to be able to, the page can be read to them, and it gives all the advantages. Now, you see there says a value of $297. Let me tell you what the real value of that is. The government, the United States government, in its tax code, says that if you allow or you create this or you add this, and I'm going to give you the script to put it in your page so they'll be able to they can get it and how to get it done, up to a $5,000 tax credit. Folks, that's cash. Tax credit is cash, it's not a tax deduction. Up to $5,000 tax credit if you implement this in your pages. If you don't, you can also be sued because your pages are not ADA compliant. Okay, so that's like having ramps in a building, okay, or wider doors, or the bars in the bathroom, things like that. So listen, that information alone is worth $5,000 to you, okay, to implement it in your page. Can you imagine? $5,000 right there. And this is for free for you coming to the challenge. So anyhow, that's what I'm asking you. You know, what we're gonna do is we're gonna offer you a 5-day challenge. It has no cost to you, where you're gonna be able to come and enjoy and learn how to create your signature offers, where you're going to learn how to create your high ticket offers, where you're going to learn how to attract only the real people you want to work with and repel those that you do not want to work with. You're also going to learn how to create your core signature product so that you have something that you can give your clients. You know, you're going to end up getting, you know, here's the workbook. It's done. I know it's done. It was painful, okay, but it's done. Okay, and you're going to get a full copy of this when we get done, okay, at the end of the challenge. In the meantime, every day you're going to get your actionable steps. So, you know, this is something that you want. If you want to create a high-ticket product, if you want to be able to have the impact in the lives of your clients that you always have wanted to do, I tell you that you need to go to the Income Builders Challenge, and that way you can be with us this week and have the impact you want. And then you're going to learn a lot more about how to use the tools in GPT, because they are awesome. And this is what the signature about the page is going to look like. So you're going to get there. It's going to be like this. You're going to have a little video where I talk about some of the funnels and some of the things that people are using online today to create. You're going to see a little bit more about me. You're going to see about some of the coaches that I work with, have worked with in the past. And then you're going to learn a little bit more about each one of the things that we're going to be doing. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. You can see some images of me on stages all over the world, like we saw earlier. And then, you know, the question and answer. So if you go there and you register, you hit this little button, the pop-up's going to come up. You're going to put your name, your email address, your phone number. Hey, there's my phone number. Don't call me. Okay, send me a text. But anyhow, so this is where you get to go register, and then we will see you in the challenge. I hope that you got lots of valuable information about how to use the bot, the chat bot, so that it can help you create the content that you want to create. Also, I'm going to share with you, all of you are going to get, actually, you know what? Let me go here. Let me share the book. Promised you, so that you guys can download it. Here's the book. And let's get this all there. Link on here, so you guys can go and register. And these are the other two that I talked about earlier. Guys, I think that if you go to the right, you can download the chat. Let me know if you can download the chat and you can get all the information. Okay, because if you can download the chat, then you can get all the links. Let me know in the chat over here if you can download the chat and keep it, so that you can get so you can have all those links. I want you to have those before we leave. Let me know if you got it. I'm actually looking because you guys are over there. So let me know in the chat if you got the links. Let me know if you got the information that you were looking for. Okay, got it. Thank you. Awesome. Awesome. I hope that everybody can actually download it. If you hit, I think there's like 3 little buttons that says download, you know, the text, download the chat. That way you can have all the links and you can download the workbook. You can go to those other websites like Quillbot and the Content Detector. And then you can go register for the challenge. It starts tomorrow morning at 10. and we're going to be right here. We're going to deliver the content. Tomorrow is going to be a very special day. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about some things that are really important to you so that you can grow the business. Actually, what are the questions? The first thing I'm going to do, we're going to talk about 3 questions you need to ask yourself so that you can create a really, really good signature offer. And then we're going to look at how you're going to let those people know, because you only want to work with a specific group of people. There are other people that you don't want to work with. So I'm going to show you how to build a message that's going to allow you to create a marketing message that only attracts people you want to work with, and at the same time repel those that you do not want to work with. So, all right. So you got it. Everybody else okay with the message? Everybody else downloaded it? I want to make sure that you got that. And in YouTube, I'm going to go back to YouTube and put it in the comments. And that way everybody has this links and everybody can really enjoy the challenge that is coming this week. And then I can send you this. Oh my God, look at the thickness of that book. I mean, this is awesome. I can't wait to send you one of these. And if you're VIP, you get a very special package. It's over here somewhere. It's going to come to you in the mail. So it's really cool. Anyhow, so I want to leave you all. Let you go back to maybe the Super Bowl. I don't know. Some of you may be watching it. I gotta go to work because I got a challenge that I got to deliver tomorrow. So if you guys register, I'm going to be letting people into the group later on tonight. And you get the welcome video in there. You get some instructions on things that you got to do, because we're going to start right off the bat, working on the challenge. And so I'm going to see you there tomorrow for those of you that decide to take part of that. So let me go back to this camera. Woohoo! And then thank you all for being here. And I'll see you in the next one. That's all I got.